Okay, so we've got a slight problem with the newly camouflaged antenna trailer. And the problem is, if we look at it, I can see it's actually beaming easterly at the moment. So it's sort of pointing over here. And it was pointing north a few minutes ago. So basically the wind's blowing it around, which means the bolts here in the rotator have not been done up tight enough when me and Dad put it on. So it's spinning around. And obviously that's not good because it's never pointing in the same direction for more than a couple of minutes. And also it's going to be grinding away at the pole as well. So we need to sort that out. So the way that I'm doing this is we'll tilt it over and just do it up with a socket set. But before we do that, we've got Station Master running here on the desktop. I'm actually connected through PST Rotator at the moment, which is a tool many people use. You don't need to use PST Rotator. You can just control it straight from Station Master here, look. But this Station Master Rotator controller is pointing to PST Rotator at the moment. So if I click on here, for example, then Station Master will follow along. And also, you know, vice versa. If I change direction in here and click turn, then it's gonna do the opposite. You know, you can see it's updating over here and the antenna's rotating. Now, to align it, I want to align it north. So if I just click on 0 degrees and turn, then Station Master and PST Rotator are going to be at 0 degrees. And then all we need to do is lean over the tower and make sure it's pointing north, which is the direction of that bush pretty much, and then tighten up the bolts. Okay, so let's go. It's really annoying when you orientate your rotator north. It means you're going to get 360 degrees round and then it's going to stop again. And then if you want to get back to just past north either way, you need to go all the way round the long way. Now I know you do get 45 degrees overlap on some of these. What's it, 450 degrees or something in total, something like that. This one does do that, and still I find myself quite often, I'm either going northeast, so that way, that's short path Australia, or I'm going northwest, which is sort of short path towards States, and then obviously down here is short path, a long path VK. So quite often the directions that I commonly go to, you know, I have to go around the long way sometimes, but so you could orientate it south. I guess you could orientate it any direction you want, as long as you can offset it in the software. Now, I don't know how to do any of that. I like to keep things simple. You know, I'm a simple brain. Point it north. The dial on the software says north. Dial on PST Rotator says north. Just point the antenna north and just deal with the consequences. So that's what we're doing. Right, let's have a look. So first of all, we'll lean it over, and it's pretty simple on this tower. You've got a little locking thing here. Let's turn this around. Actually, I can't. So you've got a little locking thing here. So we just pull that over in a moment. Wind the winch down. It will come up. Well, it is down anyway, but it will come down, and then we just need to pull this to yank it over. So let's do that. Okay, so we've got the tower leant over, so I've got it low enough that I can turn it. So I'll orientate it north. Right, so it's now pointing north. Pretty much. Now I just need to lower it down and do the bolts up. Okay, so what we've got here is the two U-bolts or clamps that clamp straight onto the mast, and it's obviously not tight enough. Actually, I think it is tight enough, it's just not gripping it enough. I don't know if it can go anymore. Okay, this one looks like it's been offset into the side of there. So if we do the same on the top one, that'll have to do. Okay, so what I've done is I've allowed this other one to fall inside of the lip, so it'll go in further, and then just done them up. Looks like it's a lot more tight than it was before. Let's crank it back up, see if it blows around. Okay, so back in the shack, just looking up through the window here, and it's not moved yet, so I think we might have cracked it. Before it was, it was just blowing around all the time. The camouflage is quite good. From this direction, looking out the window, the trailer is obviously used to be yellow, bright yellow, so now you can't see it. It's just a tree. Okay, so now the beauty is, having this working properly, we can have the rotator controller here on Station Master, and if I type in, say, VK2EX, if I type it in right, and the red line's telling me where pole is, and the blue line is telling me where the rotator is. So I can just click turn, and it will instantly start turning the rotator towards pole. That's short path. Obviously, if I want to go a long path, then we just point it in the opposite direction by clicking over here and then click turn. And because this is connected into PST rotator as well, then you can do the same thing in PST rotator. You don't have to use the Station Master widget. And what happens here now, anybody watching on the Station Master website via the cloud tab, if they look at we'll move that out of the way, if they look at me here, you can see it actually shows me what direction I'm beaming. So we're currently beaming 172 degrees, and it's actually moving around, so it's just updating. 196 now. So there you go. That's pretty cool. So as you're turning your beam, then other people on the platform can see the direction you're beaming. And who else have we got using a beam? We've got Anthony here, he's using one, G7 FSD. Can't see anybody else at the moment, but I know there's lots of people that do use this. And the way you set this up in Station Master is quite simple, really. You just go into settings, go into the rotators screen, and just read that red text. It tells you exactly what to do. So if you want to connect to PST rotator, which is my rotator 2, then you just put that information in the box, 127001:2000. Read that red text and it tells you what you need to do in PST rotator to get it working. If you've just got a bog standard rotator, then you just select it from the list. So just select, for example, I think I select this one. If I'm using the rotator directly without PST rotator, I would just select this one and COM2. But you should know that if you've got a rotator with a controller, then you'll know that which ones you need to select. And for PST rotator, just read this red text here. If you don't need frequency tracking, it's super simple. If you need frequency tracking because you've got one of these urban beams or ultra beams or step IRs, I forget which one it is, but some of them require frequency tracking. It does tell you how to do that in that red text as well, but you probably don't need that. Just doing what it says here will probably be enough. So give it a go. I'll do a more in-depth video another day, another point, on how to set all that up, just focusing on the whole rotator stuff. But today I just wanted to sort the the loose Hexbeam out. We're good to go now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.